Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to Sports Today. My name is Rudhima Pathak. As you can see, the two gentlemen have already joined us. We've got Boria Majumdar and Pragyan Oja, and what a match we've had. But like Pragyan calls it, it's a weird tournament, which just got even more weirder. I mean, we would have thought that Punjab would win this, also get a secured place moving towards the playoff, but no, the easy does not happen in this particular tournament. It's always the weirder, the twisted. This is what this tournament's all about, and hence proved. Gentlemen, Rajasthan wins this by 7 wickets, and Chris Gayle, 99 of 63, goes and win. But 99, don't you feel for that man?
Yes,
Boreda?
obviously, you
Pragyan, go for it.
Please go for it.
yes, yeah, you feel bad for him, but when you see the hunger that he has at the age of 49, he's running those doubles. Mind you, he was ready for the second run. How many times have we seen him do that? He really wants to prove that he's the best and he's the boss. That's how he played. This game he made a lot of records. I think, if you see, he's got 1,000 sixes. But if you want to know how important those sixes were, the next best guy, Kyron Pollard, he was on 646s. You know the difference? 340. 360. 360, if somebody gets, he's in that record. That is a difference between these two guys. And then, in 400 games, he's got 13,000 runs in T20 cricket. He's got 2,200s. How many of us have got even close to him in ODI cricket? That's what it speaks about this man. I was like, that's as good as 100 for me after seeing the way he played, single-handedly. And I think the Kings 11 Punjab, where the loss was, they bowled badly. They were not in control. But the other one was Glenn Maxwell. 6 balls, 6 runs.
Yeah.
Those 6 balls, I think out of those 6 balls, if this guy, Chris Gayle, or anybody else would have faced, they would have got more runs. The small details, it matters. See where the game ended. Last over, the game ended.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It was not a convincing win.
Absolutely. But before that, Boreda, what does one need to have to become Chris Gayle? What is the nutrition that I need to take in? Okay, we've lost Boreda. Pragyan, what does one need to have? What is this diet chart like?
See, as they say, you can teach a bowler, to get his skills right, or maybe, stronger, but you cannot teach him how to bowl fast. You cannot teach anybody to be a Chris Gayle. Chris Gayle is a Chris Gayle. As simple as that.
Yeah. Boreda?
Unbelievable. I mean, he's such an ambassador for the sport. You want to know intent, you want to have hunger, you want to see, he was hurting. And if any youngster was watching, look at the way he's respecting the sport. And, the problem is, we think Pragyan was talking about his T20 record. I mean, who are we to talk about his T20 record? Of course, everybody knows that. I mean, look, Cricket for, look, Sports Today, look, India Today, I don't know. I mean, any site, go just look. But how many of us remember he's got 2 triple hundreds in Test cricket? 2 triple hundreds in Test cricket. 2 triple hundreds. That's why the 333 is what he wears. In fact, I had met him in Sri Lanka the day he scored that 333. So that is what tells you about this chap. It's not simple T20 runs that, one format. No, boss. He has done it across formats, across years, across time zones, across conditions, across countries. That's what Chris Gayle is. You've got to give it to this person. You've got to respect the man. Someone who can score. How many triple hundreds has India scored, Ridhima? Virender Sehwag, 2.
Yeah.
That's it. This guy has 2 triple hundreds in Test cricket. That's what this Karun Nair 1 and this fellow 2. That's it. Sachin Tendulkar doesn't have a triple hundred. This guy has 2 triple hundreds.
Yes, that's there, but that also went in vain, unfortunately, Boreda. Like very rightly Pragyan mentioned, Maxwell probably the reason, sort of one of the reasons why Punjab lost today. What do you attribute Punjab's loss to? And also impact on the points table, we've got a very interesting comment by one of the viewers. KKR survives another day.
All of them survive another day. David Warner just messaged saying, I survive. So everybody survives. I mean, he's wanting now to beat tomorrow, so he also survives. Everybody gets to 12. You know, honestly, I'll tell you, even if Maxwell would have scored 10 more, 15 more, they would have got it. Because the moment Rajasthan Royals have Ben Stokes in this form, and that fellow does it with look, Chris Gayle got 99 and terrific innings, and all of us will heap every possible praise. Ben Stokes, that first catch, had it been anybody else in the field, people wouldn't even have gone for it. That fellow just will get it from anywhere and he will never drop a catch. Never. He'll get it. That innings of 50 of 26 set it up. He was scoring at what? 12 and over, right? 50 of 26 is a strike rate of 200. So, and what was the strike rate that you needed? 9. So in the power play, he's given you, in golfing terms, overs handicap, right? So you've given an over to just play around. That's the impact. And how much did he give? 4 overs for some I think
32.
32. So that is what? 8. And what is the team score? 185. What is that? 9.5. So think of that. And whose wicket? He got a wicket as well, Ben Stokes. And a key wicket of Nico Pooran. Had Nico Pooran been there, it would have been 200. So that's why, I mean, I said this on our pre-show, this fellow is a Superman. He is a Superman. I mean, in our generation, I haven't seen a more complete cricketer as Ben Stokes. I haven't. And once this fellow starts doing this, I actually think Rajasthan Royals is the most tipped team now to make that playoff because of the way their 4 foreigners are the best 4 foreigners. Composite. Stokes, Smith, Butler, and this fellow, Archer. And now, which is terrific to see, Sanju Samson's coming good regularly. And he's putting a price on his wicket. Did you see the way he came? He guided Bishnoi first shot, couple, and that run out was not needed. Anyway, so Sanju Samson has started to come good. Correct? So you now go through that lineup. Robin Uthappa, Pragyan Ojha's tip, has started to come good at the top of the order. All of a sudden, there are the famous Sanjay Manjrekar term, even bits and pieces players are contributing. Right? And they have their wholesome players also. Rajasthan Royals is looking damn dangerous.
Yeah.
And Boryada, what I realized was today, you know, if you look at this guy, Jofra Archer and Rabada, the big difference is Jofra Archer is more lethal because he picks up those wickets in power play. You know, first over or maybe third over, he comes in and picks those wickets. And if you look at Rabada, he's not been picking wickets in the power play. That is a big difference, you know, someone of this stature, because, you know, he's everywhere, you know, in that most valuable player, because he picks those wickets in the power play. That's where the difference starts. You know, we always say the batting team should not lose wickets in power play. If they lose wicket, they're out of the game. And this guy comes in and picks those wickets.
In fact, so right. Amazing. In fact, my point is, it wouldn't have been 185. I would have given him one more over in the power play. He'd already given me Mandeep. I would have knocked Chris Gayle out. He would have, I mean, you cannot bet against this guy. The way he will bowl, the 6 more balls, and they were what, 13 for 1 and 3? Because he was bowling that. Give him one more. Give him a go. Give him 3, because Ben Stokes is there. You've got your Karthik Tyagis of the world. If you went to Archer for one more, there was every reason that a Gayle will try and go, and then again gone. So this Archer, as Pragyan said, and that's always been my point. I mean, Archer, see, if KL Rahul did it very well. He just block, single, play him out. Mandeep Singh it doesn't have that quality. You can't, I mean, what do you do to that ball? Anybody. Just first ball you're facing in a match, it's here. I mean, what do you do to that ball? He's just gone. And that is why I'm like, he would have taken Gayle. He would have taken Gayle. Gayle has that weakness. If you see the first couple of balls, zoop, he would have smelt the cherry here. Jofra Archer is just too good. In this tournament, he's just been phenomenal.
And ultimately, he did get him at 99. Ultimately, it was Jofra.
And
Good.
Boryada, he's bowled around some 49, 50 overs. He's picked 19 wickets, Jofra Archer, and the whole team has picked
Has
19
picked.
wickets, bowling more than double the overs. That
He's
says
unbelievable.
what he does for his team.
And
Amazing.
now with that Stokes backup, see that's the point. I mean, Stokes all said and done. You know what? He's got here. It's Stokes, right? It's here. And he will, whatever happens, the use of the slower ball, the back of the arm, all that variation. He's Ben Stokes. He will stop you. He will not go for what Varun Aaron goes, or Kartik Tyagi goes, or Ankit Rajput goes. He will not. He will bowl death. He will. And he'll stop them. So this Rajasthan Royals side, trust you me, this is looking really, really dangerous.
Boryada, saying that, you look at Kartik Tyagi. He gives you so much confidence.
Yeah,
He
he's
bowls
solid.
those 18th over or say 16th over. This guy bowls. When you look at
Attitude.
Varun Aaron, he is an experienced guy, but he was not given the ball. I know bowlers go for runs, but the confidence that this boy shows, I really loved it. I really loved it. He's looking slowly. He can be the future. How many fast bowlers do we have in our bank? He's one of them.
Yeah. Having said that, Boryada, the fact, you won't believe it. I was thinking on the same lines for Rajasthan Royals. They look so formidable, especially because of their foreign players. So are you willing to change your top 4 now?
See, it's very difficult. I mean, first, do you have the fixtures with you? Rajasthan has one game left. Who does Rajasthan play in the last match? Give me the fixtures because it's important. I mean, and let's do this tomorrow again. I mean, who are the top 4 according to us? Because this is now the issue, right, in the tournament. But I mean, I know for a fact.
I think Rajasthan plays Kolkata Knight Riders.
Kolkata Knight Riders, KKR.
They will beat Kolkata Knight Riders in this form. In this form, you have to say Rajasthan Royals are over. I mean, no one can say they will beat. This is cricket. But they will start overwhelming favorites against Kolkata Knight Riders.
When you talk about the percentage, they have better percentage than
that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That Rajasthan Royals when Rajasthan Royals was playing Kolkata Knight Riders first, or the first half of the tournament, there was no Ben Stokes. Okay? So there was a weak link. David Miller, Tom Curran, here, there, all that jack was happening. Ben Stokes came in, he was rusty. Usual, 1 month, father's cancer, dealing with that, mental issues. And now he started to be Ben Stokes again. And Ben Stokes being Ben Stokes is equal to 4 players. He's that good. He will field, he will catch, he will bowl, he will run. He's unbelievable. So Kolkata Knight Riders will have a hell of a time. So Rajasthan Royals should get to 14. So if you ask me, permutation, combination, Kolkata, they should beat. Tomorrow, Sunrisers is playing who? RCB.
No, that's not RCB. Man,
tomorrow I know DC and Mumbai.
And MI,
DC and MI. The other one I have.
And we've got RCB and Hyderabad. RCB and Hyderabad.
Correct. I am starting to doubt. I'm starting to doubt RCB. I'm actually because David Warner is a bit of a freak. Trust me. He will. And RCB except Morris. Yuzvendra Chahal is brilliant. But those other guys, however much we talk up Siraj, however much there's no signing, however much there is Yusuru Udana or Washington Sundar or any of these guys, the David Warner, the kind of mental frame he's now in, he's in that frame of that Ben Stokes. He can't start hitting the ball. And if he starts going, by the way, it's Sharjah. Keep that in mind. Tomorrow that game is in Sharjah. Sunrisers Hyderabad play both their games in Sharjah. I am starting to doubt RCB now. Unless AB de Villiers rescues them, the Superman rescues them, Virat Kohli, the Superman rescues them, I will take out RCB from that 4. The real suspect for me now is RCB. Delhi will go through. Mumbai will go through. RCB becomes that suspect team. Rajasthan Royals, and who knows, Kings 11 Punjab. RCB is my suspect team.
Which brings me to a very...
First game is in Mumbai, Delhi, and then night game.
Night game is
so that makes it interesting now.
Exactly.
Because the dew will be there.
Exactly.
Yes. Which brings in a very interesting question by one of our viewers. Ranjan Mukherjee is asking you, Boryada, who is more lethal in T20s? Is it the 360-degree ABD or 3D6s, which is, of course, who we know we're talking about? Gayle.
You know, if you really think it's Gayle, why? Because Gayle gets more balls in T20 cricket. T20 cricket is only 120 balls. And AB de Villiers, because he bats at number 4, let's put it this way, 15 times out of 20, he will not get more than 35 or 40 balls to play. And that makes a significant difference to any team's fortunes. Chris Gayle at the top of the order will give himself that many number of balls. So the lethal quotient to me is Chris Gayle. That's why Sachin Tendulkar, when he started opening in ODI cricket at that point, T20, became the Sachin Tendulkar we know. Pragyan might differ with me, but that's my analogy.
No, I think Gayle is perfect. But, if you look at technically, the difficult job is ABD, because, coming at that position and getting those runs, and both are different, it just for a conversation, it's good when you're comparing, but when you see they have a different role, you can never compare these two guys, because Chris Gayle is an opener, and this guy is a middle order batsman. His approach will be different. When he comes in, most of the time there will be power play. But this guy, when he comes in, even if it's a power play, he'll be, their team will be down by 2 or 3 wickets. That's when ABD comes in. So it will be very unfair to compare these two guys.
But what if we were to compare ABD with Stokes, given the fact that Stokes was opening, but yeah, if you were to compare
it's Stokes. It's Stokes.
Has to be.
There was a statement that, when Jack Callis retired, there was a big statement saying that the biggest cushion for South Africa is no more. And this guy is going to be the biggest cushion for whichever team he plays for. He bowls, giving those 4 overs. Yeah, he gives you 4 overs, takes those catches, finishes those games, single-handedly. When you do all these 3 things, then I think you are totally different.
What he just said. AB de Villiers, let's say AB de Villiers and Ben Stokes as batsmen. AB de Villiers 100, Ben Stokes what? 80? You will give him 80, 20 down. Bowling 100-0. Finished. Fielding equal. This guy will also take unreal catches. This guy will also take unreal catches. See, the point is, why is Kapil Dev India's player of the century? Why not Gavaskar? Why not Sachin Tendulkar? Because of the all-round ability. How many of that class? Yesterday, Nasser was asking me, in that this thing that who are the players who have not played T20 cricket ever? Someone says Vivian Richards, of course. But think about Sir Garfield Sobers, Imran Khan, Kapil Dev. Automatically, because of the package, an all-rounder. Why are we crying for Hardik Pandya? Crying. Yeah. Come on, Hardik, bowl, man. Because that package, he gives that team that. So Stokes on this day, in this form, on his day, is the best T20 asset in the world for any team.
It's very simple calculation. When you have a guy who bowls like that and bats like that, you have the cushion of having an extra bowler or extra batsman.
Extra batsman, exactly.
That's how the team thinks. It depends on the situation, Boryada. Like at times you may need a bowler, or at times you may need an extra batsman. So that is very crucial. That cushion is very crucial. Most of the teams, they don't have. That's why Boryada said everybody in India talks about Hardik Pandya. Why isn't he bowling? It's because of a small part, it's because of the IPL, but the larger part is for the country. When we are playing in Australia, everybody wants this guy to bowl. He gives that cushion.
Yeah. No, I cannot agree with you more. In that case, Pragyan, from the top 4, who are you doubting from the top 3 that we already have or anticipate?
I'm doubting myself. This tournament has been so weird, and this year, especially 2020. Yeah, it's like you cannot, this cannot be real. Only one team, MI, and thanks to CSK, what they did last night, they qualified, and other teams are still, fighting for their spot. And we were suddenly thinking about DC and RCB. Now suddenly, Boryada, when we do that calculation, suddenly everybody's saying, these teams are, raising their bar now. They are in form. So
I'll call it
we
bottoms
have to
up.
be watchful.
It's bottoms up. That's what it is.
Oh, so
This is
it's
how I see
Saturday. It's Saturday tomorrow, so it'll be bottoms up.
But that's how I see it, Murada. We've got, you've got individual performances that have sort of caught the eye, which were not performing. Ben Stokes being number one. Then you've got a Rituraj Gaikwad. Now they are striking out of nowhere, and that is what has been epic of this particular IPL. That you have a certain names who did not start well, but they are finishing so well.
Absolutely. And even today, you see the way Steve Smith played. That is the Steve Smith you know. Josh Butler played. That Chris Jordan slower ball depositing him over the thing, like that's Josh Butler. So all of a sudden, and this is again a point that Pragyan Ojha made, that all of these guys no longer nobody is rusty. Now everyone is in sync. They are in top shape, top gear. That the lockdown fat is gone. All of that is now disappeared out of the window. Everybody giving their 200%. Did you see the way Steve Smith was diving? Man, tomorrow you will expect the same from Sunrisers Hyderabad. I'm telling you, David Warner will not sleep. He's gone bloody mad now. I mean, he will do everything in the world to win that game tomorrow because he knows they have a chance. He knows all teams have a chance, and he knows if he tees off in Sharjah, if David Warner tees off in Sharjah, done. He'll score another 70, 80 and finished. Evening game, Dew, Chahal, not as impactful. Washington Sundar, somewhat wet. If they win the toss back, and who knows, who knows? They bowl first. Whatever total the RCB puts up on the board, they'll chase it down. Now all these teams have tasted blood. Fantastic tournament, 2020.
It is a superb tournament and it's just gotten even more interesting. With that, Boryada, we're celebrating a legend's birthday today, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Diego Maradona.
Yes, we are. So please, before we close down the curtains, could you just sort of highlight what this man's all about?
Okay. Okay. You're calling this IPL weird. You're calling this IPL crazy. You're calling this IPL, whatever the two of you were calling, right? 20 times of that is this one man. He is bloody mad. That's what I will tell you. He was supposed to go to this. Okay. You and I are professional journalists. He was supposed to do this program with me. We did many. We spent 3 days together in Calcutta. So all of a sudden, he comes into this program. There are sponsors, there are people. There's supposed to be some photo shoots. 1 hour program. 5 minutes into the program, 5 minutes, he gets up, starts singing Hallelujah, waves at the audience and walks off. And everyone's like, what's happening? He just waves at them. Thank you very much. Now you do what you want. He won't come back. And then his father-in-law, who was with him, was sent to fetch him. Go, this is a commitment, this is a sponsor's commitment, this is this. Of course, there was the language barrier. Nobody understood anything what I was saying or you were saying. And the father-in-law comes back 10 minutes later, his face is like this. And I'm like, what happened? He's showing me it's all scratched here. Maradona had scratched him. It's all blood. Whatever I'm telling you is the truth. He is a madman. He is a completely madman. Give him the ball. Transformed. He was supposed to play, and Calcutta was hot at that point, fairly hot. Though it was November, December, it was still pretty hot. So he was supposed to do a 15-20 minute workshop with students. Yeah, we gave him footballs, and there were about 100 students. He conducted that workshop for 1 hour. 1 hour. Nobody said anything to him. He just kept kicking balls, showing people how to. He is crazy. Now my personal experience. He's supposed to do this interview with me in my museum. So there is a cutout of Diego Maradona which had been installed in the museum to celebrate him. So he comes there, he sits there, and there is this translator. So all of a sudden, he's doing this to me. Wait. Okay. So he gets up in the middle of the interview, he just gets up. And I'm like, what's happening here? So he goes, he embraces, just like his girlfriend, he embraces the cutout like this, okay? And he comes back. And he starts talking to the cutout. I'm sitting there, he's talking to the cutout. And I'm obviously not understanding what exactly, what is he saying? So I told that fellow, what is he saying? So this guy says, you asked him who is the greatest, Cristiano Ronaldo or Diego Maradona. He's actually speaking to the cutout saying, even in this physique, Diego Maradona is greater than Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm like, what? He's saying, yeah, that is what he's telling the cutout. So he wants me to tell you that. So that don't compare. Even this physique, he's better than Cristiano Ronaldo. And then I told you today earlier this morning, he's sitting like this, okay? He's obviously fat. He's now bulky. He's sitting like this. And then, I also, it was quite strange, to do an interview like that. So what do? I just took a ball and I threw it to football. And the moment I threw the ball to him, and firstly, he balances it here. I'll send you photographs of that. So he balances it here, and then he takes the ball. Believe me, I'm not exaggerating. He takes the ball from here, puts it here, brings it down from here, and it actually rolls down his body. And he's in complete control of the ball. 2 minutes he does that. Here, this, foot. 2 minutes later, he just bounces the ball to me and says, how was it?
Ooh.
Oh, this is Diego Maradona. He is
Genius.
Genius though, of course. But it's a different league. He is a different league. I have seen him close, 3 days. I have seen many geniuses, Sachin Tendulkar, Pele, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, Rafa Nadal, you name them. Muhammad Ali, I've interviewed them, Michael Phelps. Diego Maradona, I have not seen anyone more temperamental, more magical. He's a flawed genius. He's a genuinely flawed genius, but that's his attraction.
Wow. Pragyan, as a professional athlete, a genius like that, like Maradona, what does their legacy actually mean to you? And what is the kind of sort of, you're the best person to tell us this, the kind of effort, the kind of dedication that is required to be that genius?
I think genius are born, you cannot get a Sachin Tendulkar or Don Bradman or Maradona or Pele just like that. They are one in this century, when they come. They are just born, you can just be happy that you've played with them or against them. But when they are in that zone, they are miles ahead. So it's very clear, they're just born. You cannot produce a genius. They're just born.
Well, we've got a lot of viewers.
Pele. So people keep comparing Pele, Maradona. See, the point is very simple. 205 countries play this sport. Joga bonito, beautiful football, right? 205 countries, by the way, more than the United Nations, participate in the Olympics and play soccer. Now, Pele had Vava, Didi, Garincha, Carlos Alberto, and I can keep going on and on and on. 1958 was Vava, Didi, Garincha, 62, 70. By the way, I've got that 70 World Cup Pele's jersey in my museum as well. So Pele had that support cast. Maradona, who did he have? He had Burruchaga and Valdano. Very ordinary players in the sense, if you compare the Garinchas of the world, right? And he wins a World Cup. He wins a football World Cup on his own. And he again manages to take his team to the final in 94 when he was an ailing Maradona. This guy is just, if you can win a football World Cup on your own skill, then you're next to God.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we've got a lot of viewers asking Pragyan that what was your experience with this soccer ball during those, training and pre-workout sessions, and how is MSD with the soccer ball? A lot of people have asked that question.
MSD, especially from Bengal, from Jharkhand, from Bihar, they are superb. You talk about players who have played from Bengal, Dadi, then we have got Manoj, we have got Ashok Dinda. They're all super football players. And MS Dhoni, we played all-star 11 versus this movie actors in Delhi. So that's when we saw, MS Dhoni was way ahead. He used to do everything, for us. We were just there, that's how he is. He's got a superb skill. Football, I think it's always the eastern side. Without a doubt.
Saurav Ganguly wanted to be a footballer. His first love was football.
Yeah.
He played for East Bengal. By the way, today the ISL fixtures have been announced and the derbies on the 27th. People have already started to go mad. Whether it is Ilish match or Chingdi match, whether it is Prawn or Ilsa.
All right.
Have you been in an auto? Those three-wheelers. Have you been in an auto?
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
auto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mohun Bagan East Bengal match at Salt Lake Stadium. You know how many people used to get into an auto to go and watch? I used to go regularly. From where did I learn all my abuse? Football grounds. So that's where it's the coaching center for abuse and the choicest of abuse. 14 people used to get into an auto. 14 people in a three-wheeler. So the auto overturned. So people were, niche naam, hey, get off, get it back again. Chal, let's go. That's how it is. Okay, you want to curse anyone? You really want to curse anyone? Send that person in a Mohun Bagan East Bengal match in a rivals gallery. Just send him and forget about him. Mohun Bagan scores, you are sitting in an East Bengal gallery being a Mohun Bagan supporter and celebrate. Then see what happens to you. You will remember it all your life.
I think he'll lose his this power of hearing.
मेरे को यहाँ पड़ा था 4-1 Mohun
What are
Bagan
you
lost.
saying?
यहाँ पड़ा था फटाक. I was like, what happened to me? Half time.
No, that's how it is. That's
boss,
how it is.
They're mad. Like Mohun Bagan scored and I jumped up. Pat, ekdam yahan. And then half time, I somehow felt this is the time. 1997. People if anybody who's a bong will know, Amal Datta's diamond system, 4-1 East Bengal, Baichuk Bhutia's hat trick. I realized this is the time यहाँ से भागो नहीं तो मार के यहीं पे गाड़ देंगे. भाग गया. नहीं तो उसी दिन मार देता.
My God.
Amazing. I'll tell you a funny story,
Really,
Buryada.
that's lovely.
I'll tell you a funny story. I don't have so much experience with football, but it so happened that Indian team was touring to Zimbabwe, South Africa and Zimbabwe. So the World Cup was going on in South Africa.
Yeah. 2010.
So we were supposed to reach a hotel, but what happened was opposite to our hotel was this Brazil's team staying there, the full Brazil team. So everybody thought the bus entered. You know how Zimbabwe is, Buryada. Not many buses, not many cars. So when our bus entered, everybody thought it was Brazil. Then everybody started shouting "ka ka ka ka," and the funny part was I know you got it. Funny part was Ramesh Mane. We call him Kaka. So Kaka is telling us, how did everybody know my name? How are they calling me Kaka? So we pushed him out. He goes out, and the crowd looks at him. What happened? Who's this guy? We are calling for Kaka, and who's this guy? And everybody just went away. Everybody went away. Kaka is like, यार मुझे बुला के ये लोग सब कहाँ चले गए? This happened actually. I'm telling you, amazing experience.
Brilliant story.
This is brilliant. I hope everybody had fun listening to this amazing stories. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Once again, thank you so much for the fun, laughter, and of course, what you guys bring out of the table is absolutely outstanding. The fun, the laughter, and the madness, of course, will continue tomorrow. This is where the weekend begins. And once again, we at Sports Today wish the eccentric genius a very, very happy birthday. We'll see you tomorrow.